I'm Michael Elliot, and I've been here at Corridon Community of Hope for going on 7 years. Bill Walsh, a man, came to me and asked if we could do a tent meeting right behind you. And I said, sure. Our property is connected to the jail, and this side is the men and that side is the women. And so they all got to come out, those that wanted to, sit in chairs. They were behind the fence. We were out here. We sang. We did all kinds of stuff. We cooked. And that was kind of the beginning of it here. I was preaching one day to our congregation, and I said, love your neighbor, as yourself, and we have to reach out to our neighbors. And I was preaching to them, but I also preaching to me because I live right behind me, and I've got neighbors all around me. So I said, I do that. And I come out the door, and God says, look to the right. And I look to the right, I see a county jail that I had been a part of. They have even worshiped in our church a few times. Had a concert for them, and all kinds of good things. But God says, Michael, you need to get involved. So Sheriff is a Christian, good man. He said, Michael, would you help us? Would you be a part of something? I said, reluctantly, I said yes. It's kind of scary, but I'm okay. And so we started going in. This was COVID time, so we had, he goes, I've got drug money that I was able to get sound equipment and video camera and all kinds of stuff like that. So, you have just about anything you need to do a Bible study or whatever you want. They'll be behind the glass, so you'll be safe from COVID. And they'll be, I'd have anywhere from 5 to 15 people that would be there. And it was those that were in a pod. There's 4 pods, upper and lower. So they would come in, and whoever wanted to. They weren't forced whatsoever. So I went in and I did a Bible study. I can only imagine. It's incredible Bible study, especially for men. It deals with a lot of fatherhood issues. And I asked them, I said, how many of you guys have fathers? Fathers that love you, fathers that were an example to you. Probably 95% said I didn't have one. I said, well, we're going to watch this, little video clips, and talk about each one. The first one is Imagine a Loving Father. Whew, man, that's powerful. There was a young man and his girlfriend had an alteration, and she threw all his stuff out in the front yard of the church. We were having a garage sale. I thought, oh, that was so nice of them. It's nice stuff, PlayStations and, robes and some clothes and CDs and stuff like that. And then I got a phone call. I said, some stuff was put in your front yard by mistake. And so I said, I still got most of it. I said, I can get the rest of it. So they came by, and Travis, he said, honestly, I have to admit that it wasn't a mistake. She got mad at me and threw all my stuff out. It was in the garage. And so they packed up what was there. I said, I'll get the rest of it. I said, you mind if I pray with y'all? And she said, fine, I'm a Christian. And he said, well, I don't care. I'm an atheist. 2 years later, second group of men that I was dealing with, doing the loving father thing, and this big man in the front gets up, he's crying, walks around behind everybody and is bawling. He's 50 years old. And I had no idea what was going on. I didn't remember him or anything. The next week he asked me, do you remember who I am? I said, yeah, from last week. I'm not that old, I know who you are. And so he came back around. At the end of the Bible study, he goes, no, remember me from 2 years ago. In your garage, when I said I was an atheist, he goes, I'm no longer an atheist, I'm a believer. Woo, praise God. From working that, I've been able to touch lives, and they've touched my life. I get in touch with Travis at least once or twice a week. People have asked me, why do you do this? What's the use of this? I said, well, it's a soul. I said, I don't know what seed I'm planting that will grow. I think about the parable of the sower all the time. Did the sower plant seeds specifically? No, he threw them. It doesn't matter if they have tattoos or they had a life of sin. It doesn't matter. What matters is the past is the past, and God has come into their hearts, and they're changing.